How's it going, everyone? Shifty here, and I'm back with another Destiny 2 video. Today I've got a video of my first Trials of Osiris experience in Destiny 2. I want to talk about my experience and discuss my thoughts on the mode overall. Before I get into my thoughts, let me know how you feel about Trials. What would you like to see changed? What do you like about it as is? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I really appreciate all of you who show love to my smaller channel. It means a lot to me. Anyway, Trials of Osiris was held in high regards in Destiny 1, and a ton of players wanted to relive those moments, and since the return of Trials, it hasn't quite brought the same feeling for many players. As many people know, the mode has been marred by cheaters, and instead of being a competitive mode based on gun skill, it has turned into a game of hide and seek with swords and emotes. Now, onto my experience playing last night. I played Trials of Osiris in Destiny 1, I played Trials of the Nine in Destiny 2, but this was my first experience hopping into Trials of Osiris since its introduction into Destiny 2. My motivation wasn't the rewards, it wasn't going flawless, my motivation was moments of triumph and the armor glow for the Solstice boots. So a friend and myself set out to find another player. We hit up the Destiny 2 PC LFG. If you don't use that, it is a great service for PC players. If you want to find a group, hit that up. Anyway, I posted my join code saying we were looking for one to get the 7 wins needed for the boots. We got several hits, so it didn't take long to find someone. He didn't want to hop into Discord, and that was fine since we weren't trying for flawless or win streaks or anything like that. We just wanted wins for the boots. So we hopped in, and the first match was kind of sweaty, and I began to worry that it was going to be a painful process to get this done. The next match went much better, and I wasn't sweating nearly as much, and I was using an off-meta Trials loadout of Cold Denial and Telesto, and I was just kind of having a fun time. So that casual experience reminded me of my old Trials experiences, and it motivated me to actually try a flawless run in the future. I haven't done it yet obviously, but next weekend I might give it a go. Thankfully, in all our matches, we didn't run into any cheaters or 3-peakers, although we were always relatively low on the card as we were trying to snag some wins. In the end, getting the 7 wins necessary wasn't very painful at all. A couple things that I like about the current state of Trials include the ability to get a piece of Trials loot for simply participating in the mode. Adding the bounty was a good call on Bungie's part. The mode itself, when played properly, is a ton of fun. Elimination is a much better fit for a mode like Trials than Countdown. While loot in general is an issue, there are some really good weapons that can be obtained via Trials, such as Astral Horizon and the Summoner. And then one final thing, this doesn't really have impact on the gameplay at all, but having Saint 14 as the vendor and as the announcer is a really fun experience. Anyway, on to stuff I'd like to see tweaked a bit, or a lot. First is cheaters. I hope if Bungie is struggling to combat cheaters that they reach out to other developers to see what they are doing to fight them off. I know they are in nearly every game, but in Destiny 2 it seems a bit excessive, with people even cheating in modes like Momentum Control and Mayhem. I really can't wait for the day when the banhammer swings hard against some of these people. If you don't like the game, then don't play it. If cheating is the only way you enjoy Destiny, then I'd rather you not be in the community. Next is the 3-peaking. I know it's been around since forever, but it legitimately turns a game mode that's meant to be a high risk, high reward mode into kind of a joke. You're taking a chance with each match on your way to 7 wins, and I guess that forces some people to use whatever means necessary to win. When the game mode should be about skill, not who can hide the longest or spy on their opponent. I would love to see an emote lockout where they are unusable unless there is a countdown timer like at the end of a round or a match. Maybe an emote lock-in where you're forced into your emote for a certain amount of time and therefore can't move. Or the extreme disable the emotes altogether in Trials of Osiris. But what about swords, you may ask? Well, I'm not entirely sure, but find some way to make it so you either can't equip the sword or you can't go into the third person without ammo for the sword. Next up is the token system. Tokens are fine as a reward and I'm on board with them, but there are 2 things I don't like. One being that tokens disappear after the weekend. There isn't much reason for this, and it forced me to use my tokens when the only reward I could get was the scout rifle. I would have much rather saved the tokens for another weekend after I've earned some other gear. Another thing is Trials tokens disappearing if your inventory is full. This should not be a thing. I've seen plenty of people lose out on tokens because they didn't go to the postmaster if your inventory is full. And with the currency system being semi-bloated right now, it can be difficult for some to manage their inventory. Finally, the rewards themselves. I know Bungie is working on a revamp with adept mods and whatnot, but I want guns to really strive for. Guns that are the top archetype of their respective weapon types, with some of the best perks and stat distributions for PvP. Now, I'm pretty decent at PvP, and without proper incentive, I just don't feel like hopping in and giving it my all for maybe a chance at subpar loot. Also, the new armor sets coming should be one of the best looking sets to date. Make it on the same level as the Age of Triumph raid sets in Destiny 1. If you haven't seen those, Google Age of Triumph raid sets and take a look at some of those pictures. Anyway, that's it for my thoughts. I really want to play Trials, and I think it could feel like the old Trials if Bungie keeps putting some effort into it. Stick around to see some more of my Trials gameplay from last night, and remember, if you enjoy the video, to like and subscribe. I want to thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.
This is your fight now. Only one enemy is left. I love to watch you win. Your team wins. I expected nothing less. You are the last. Make them run. This one was for your end. Next time, my friend. Opponent revived. You are winning. Keep this up. Only one enemy is left. Your ally is back in the fight. The opposing team is down. You are the final blow. You are leading. This is your fight now.
Down.
Tear them apart. Only one enemy is left. Your ally is back in the fight. Opponent's crushed. Do it again. It is match point. Show your strength. Only one enemy is left. They tried very hard to kill you, but you are like me, very stubborn. Watching you fight gets my blood moving, Guardian. I want to fight.